Here's Moreno Valley updates for October 6th to October 12th. This is Steve, and joining me to do a little bit of the beginning is...
This is Gabriel.
What's your last name?
Calderon.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be able to say it like that. Calderon.
You say Calderon.
Calderon.
Yeah.
All right.
So for the drive of the week this week, we have Curtis Paul out there in Las Vegas. If you see Curtis Paul, make sure you give him a shout out.
All right, Curtis. Have you ever met him?
Oh, I have never.
He does part of the Salt Lake Relay chain, so he comes down here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, typically.
Okay.
Yeah.
For new hires this week, we have none. Birthdays, none as well. For anniversaries this week, we have Mario Briceno. He's got 8 years. Congratulations.
8 years on October 10th.
8 years is a lot. And then Juan Garcia hit his 1 year mark October 10th as well.
All right. Did you think he'd make it a year?
I have no idea who Juan Garcia is.
You don't know him?
No. Does he work here?
Yes. Yeah, he's here. Mario is here. Moreno Valley. Juan is also here in Moreno Valley.
And then for our third, we have Douglas. Douglas has 2 years, October 12th.
All right. You've met him, sure.
Yeah, I've met Douglas.
All right. All those guys here in Moreno Valley. All right. Gabriel, thanks a lot.
No
Did a good job.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Let's take a look at the weather for Los Angeles. We have mid-80s. Looks dropping down to 80 by the end of the week. Partly cloudy, so it should be nice. I think here in Moreno Valley it's still going to be pretty warm, though. How was you went up to Lancaster on Thursday?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was probably about 101.
101.
Yeah, it was like 100 in Riverside, 101 out there. So not that much of a difference.
Yeah, for the cookout on Thursday, yeah, it was 100 here. It's a little sweaty. Let's go to Las Vegas. For Las Vegas, we're looking at 100, high 90s all week. No chance of rain, so it's going to be hot. Let's go to Phoenix, over 100 all week. No chance of rain. I'm going to have to go out there Monday, I believe. It's still 100 degrees at night. No, I think it's a little bit cooler now. It's getting down to like 90 at night.
Right.
So, Salt Lake City, mid 80s. Not really calling for rain, but some partly cloudy days, so it's cooling off up there. I mean, 80s is still pretty warm.
Yeah, it is.
I can't remember. Is it super humid up there? I don't know if you ever got a chance to go up there.
I haven't been out there probably in about 15 years. Been a while.
Tyler, does it get super humid in Salt Lake? Do you know?
I don't think it gets super humid out there. I don't know though. I never spent much time out there in the summer.
Oh, you just went there for the winter.
Oh yeah, always the winter. It's where the best snowboarding is.
Take a look at our injuries this week. One was actually from the week before, right? Yeah, one from the week before. Yeah. Had a toed fall and an ankle, and the other one, the driver cranking the landing gear, had it snap back. So, Tyler, you want to talk about those two injuries?
Yeah. So the landing gear one, that one was the driver's dropping a set at one of his stores. The trailer itself was nose heavy, had a lot of pallets of water on the nose, which obviously puts more pressure on it. But at the end of the day, so we tell drivers don't lean your entire body weight into your landing gear when you're trying to crank it. All it takes is your hand slipping, or that gear does come back, or the handle does come back because of the weight, and it'll come back and smack you right in the face. So the important thing is always square up your body to the trailer before you start cranking the landing gear. So that way you don't put yourself in a position where if it comes back, it'll smack you in the face. It'll just unwind a little bit.
Yeah, Danny, you ever get that where you're trying to crank the landing gear and it just won't go?
Yeah, several times. One thing I do is keep my head away from that handle, just in case it slips off of my hands. earlier I told you we had an incident from one of the team drivers of Wyoming. This is probably about 6-7 years ago. The handle cracked him right in between the two eyes, cut him open. He had to go to the hospital right away. So I always keep the handle away from my head. You got to keep your head clear from that, especially if it's heavy. What the driver was saying this morning, he had 3 pallets on the nose. So even though it was on low gear, you can't trust it. Keep your whole face, your head away from that handle.
Yeah, and that snapback besides your head, it could snap back.
Yeah,
and hit you in the leg if you're standing in the wrong spot. So, you ever tried moving the trailer? Maybe they ease some of the pressure?
No. I believe at that point he was dropping the trailer. Even if you move it, it's just the weight on it. It's just too much weight on it. It was 3. He said it was 3 pallets of water on the nose. That's a lot of weight. So yeah, for a pup, it's a lot of weight.
Yeah, so it's just basically be aware that handle can snap back on you pretty forcefully. For the tote on the ankle, Tyler?
Yeah, for that one, that was driver unloading. He had wobbly stacks of totes in the trailer. Just wasn't the best quality load. He was unloading the cases at the time, and he pulled some of the cases, and they had fallen over. The totes had fallen over after he moved some cases, and one of them caught his ankle. So falling freight is a huge cause of injury for us. So that's something everybody needs to keep in mind going forward, especially now that we're going into the heavier season. The loads are going to start to get bigger for all the senior guys that have been here. They've seen it before. For all the new guys, you got to keep in mind. Once it starts picking up and the loads start getting bigger, naturally load quality does go down a little bit because you're trying to jam more into a trailer. It's stacked taller, so you got to keep an eye out for the wobbly stacks. Down stack them in advance if you think they're going to fall. Big thing is when you're unloading cases too, always keep your head up. Always keep an eye on the freight that's right behind it, because that's what's going to fall and hit you. That's a big thing I try to tell drivers, especially after water, because that tends to be the biggest time it happens. Is guys finish throwing water and they have their head down, not paying attention. Everybody's exhausted and gassed. Right after you have your head down, you threw a bunch of water. You're moving a lot of weight, and it's rocking the trailer, and that tends to be when stacks fall over and hit drivers. So especially after throwing heavy items, make sure you're looking around for what shifted in the trailer.
That's a good point, because that boxes are typically stacked around the water. When you take it out, then everything gets unstable.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go to accidents. I actually didn't have any, right?
Here we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Good week on that.
Yeah, good job, guys. For Smart Drive?
For Smart Drive, we actually had a pretty good week on Smart Drive. So it was a little bit rough on the get-go once we hit the new bids. Now kind of settled down a little bit. We actually had a really good week on Smart Drive. As for the videos we did get, it's really just getting back to the basics. Our two big ones, again, were the incomplete stops and the following distance. So it's going to be a big change. A bulk of the videos are coming from guys who just switched to relay for the first time or just switched to pedal for the first time. For the guys that switch to pedal, a lot of it's incomplete stops. You got to remember, you can't do the California roll anywhere. Got to come to a full zero at every light, every stop sign, full zero, and then turn. As for following distance, again, now that one's heavily on the relay side. You got to keep at least 3 seconds. When you're passing, don't change lanes less than a second behind another car. That flags you instantly for a video. It doesn't even give you the 3 seconds to adapt to the speed, because it's automatically an unsafe lane change because you were within that 1 second window. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. Always keep 3 seconds of following distance at least, and don't change lanes that less than a second behind another car.
All right.
You shouldn't change less than 3, but if you change less than 1, it'll be automatically a video.
You got any shout outs for good Smart Drive of the week?
I actually didn't. We didn't. Like I said, it was very calm this week. When we got a couple. I can shout out my zero drivers. I had Cesar Pena calling me yesterday. He's always checking on his score, and he's always consistently a zero. He does a great job with that. But
oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't have any. Yeah, we didn't have any crazy. It didn't have any crazy near collisions this week, so it's actually a real calm one.
All right, sounds good. And for announcements, here's Gabriel again.
Hello. So we have a store information project Tyler will be putting that up on the website, so you guys can go on there and check how to get in, how to get out, all that good stuff. And then
How long is that going to take
to
get all the stores? It's like 680 or something like that.
So that take a
He's
while.
starting here in Southern California where there's about 330. So
It's gonna take a while.
yeah, he's hoping to have Southern California up on the website by January, I believe, is what they're shooting for. And then they'll start working on Phoenix and Las Vegas.
Okay. But I mean, all that information is going to be helpful for all those new drivers coming in, even old drivers. So
Yes.
thank God we have that going. And then for our next announcement, we have a vacation blackout from October 1st to December 31st. Our busiest months, no vacation.
It's only 3 months. Then the vacation starts and it's chaos.
This month is Pitbull Awareness Month. If you have a little friend, make sure to get him a treat or take him to Starbucks and get him a pup cup. I'm sorry. Shout out Benji.
How much does a pup cup cost?
You're going to think this is crazy, but believe it or not, it's free.
Oh, really?
It's free.
What's in it?
Just whipped cream. It's a cup with whipped cream.
Oh.
Yeah. Any dog.
Can dogs eat whipped cream?
I think it's organic or something. It's specifically made for them. So they have the whipped cream for dogs and whipped cream for humans. I don't know if that makes sense. So when they order a pup cup, they know it's for a dog.
Oh, so if I went there and ordered one and I ate it, there might be some intestinal issues
Yes.
later on. Okay.
Yes. Make sure you don't eat
Good
it.
to know. That is Pitbull awareness and pup cup awareness. All right.
And then for our third announcements, send pictures of things and stories you would like everyone else to know. As in, if they're doing construction, if they're remodeling.
Yeah, something changed at the store the last time, drivers were there. So they're not pulling in the wrong way, having to back out in the busy streets and all those things. Yeah.
Yep.
Or having an accident. That's the worst. All right. That is all we have for this week.